Good afternoon, David Stewart here. I was looking through my catalog of videos and realized I had not done a video on the classical guitar and flamenco guitar technique known as tremolo. So I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of how to perform tremolo. It's a fairly straightforward technique. It's found in lots of classical guitar pieces and in many different flamenco styles because it's really fun and really easy to improve or to create impressive and very interesting and beautiful falsettos in flamenco using tremolo. So what tremolo is, it's actually not tremolo in a specific sense, because tremolo is an oscillation of intensity or oscillation of volume of a pitch, and vibrato is the oscillation of pitch. We use all of these terms sometimes incorrectly with guitar technique, but classical guitar tremolo involves very fast playing of one string with several fingers. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to play the most basic form of tremolo. I'll talk about a couple of variations of it. I'll give you a short exercise to help you begin coordinating the left and right hand and some tips on how to practice it. And maybe in the future we'll break down and do some more extensive pieces that use tremolo, like Recuerdos de la Alhambra, the piece that I just played the first couple of bars of offhand for this particular video. Really, perhaps the most infamous tremolo piece by Francisco Tárrega. So let's get to it. I'm going to point this camera back down towards our right hand here, okay? So we can see our right hand nice and clearly, hopefully. This is predominantly a right hand technique where you are going to be playing a changing bass line with the thumb, and you're going to be playing one string with the right hand. Okay, the most typical tremolo pattern, and there's a couple that you could do, is going to be A, M, I. P, A, M, I, split up into 16th notes. So you count 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm playing them all on the first string, A, M, I, A, M, I, A, M, I, okay? And that's the first thing that you ought to do to begin practicing it, is to play thumb, A, M, I, thumb, A, M, I, okay? And there's two ways that you should practice it when you begin and you're practicing it slowly. The first way is like how I'm playing it, very long notes, where I'm really waiting and kind of swinging through the string. And the other one is with short notes, with lots of preparation. And what I'm doing there is each time I play, I'm putting the next finger down. Play, and I'm putting the next finger down. M, A. And incidentally, all of this is free stroke. So you're moving the finger towards the center of the palm, the whole finger. It's like closing your hand, just like free stroke. Hear the difference between the two? We really want to practice that preparation to feel secure. But the best sound for tremolo is not that sort of ticky, very prepared. If we over-prepare, we end up with a very... like this very... instead of... we want it to be nice and smooth. So we want to practice it both ways. Prepared. And long notes sort of swinging through the string. And what you want to do is you want to start, you can just get your guitar out, you don't even have to use the left hand. And I recommend when you begin, do all of your bass notes on the 6th string, do all of your treble notes on the 1st string, okay? And then we can learn how to shrink the movement down and do it on the 2nd string. But I recommend, as a beginner, you start on the 1st string, okay? All right, and that's a different variation, don't do that one yet. And what I did when I learned tremolo is I got my guitar out and I turned on the TV and I just did this for a couple hours a night, and within a week I had the technique very fast. And once you get it up to a certain speed, you're no longer having to think P, A, M, I. It becomes a very automatic thing. Okay, that's the next thing you want to do, is you want to practice it on one string to get the thumb position just in front of the first finger. Okay. Once you get a nice fast speed to it, and you want those to be nice even 16th notes. The next thing you do once you feel like you have a good speed to it is you're going to want to work the thumb in. All right, so what I'm doing there is I'm playing 6th string, 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Okay, and if you don't like the sound of the open strings, you can play any chord that you'd like to play through those transitions. So first, you're just practicing the technique, P-A-M-I, P-A-M-I. Okay. Second, you're going to practice it on the 1st string to get the thumb position down. And third, you're going to practice moving through all the strings. Once you feel really, really confident going through all of the strings, okay, once you feel really confident going through all the strings, then we can start to introduce the left hand, okay? And a really simple exercise I recommend for practicing this to get the coordination of the left hand. And this is a good left hand exercise all on its own. We're going to make a fully diminished 7 chord up in the 11th position. Finger 1, 11th fret, finger 2, 11th fret on the 4th and 2nd string. Finger 3, 12th fret, finger 4, 12th fret on the 3rd and 1st string. So we make a nice this, and you're just going to play 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. Then you're going to move your 1st finger down a fret. Then you move your 2nd finger down a fret. You move your 3rd finger down a fret. Then you move your 4th finger down a fret, and you have the same chord 1 fret down. And the idea there is that you're only moving 1 finger at a time, and you're also having to focus on keeping nice, good hand positions on the left hand as you move through it. And you could start anywhere you want and move all the way down the 1st position if you like, okay? So I used to do this as a really good exercise to practice this sort of technique. And honestly, it's a very good left hand exercise as well. Okay, once you do that, you may need to learn to do the tremolo on the 2nd, 3rd strings other than the 1st string where you have all this room to move. In which case, you could start working on the same exercise with another diminished 7 chord. This one from the Villalobos Etude 1, okay? And you do the same thing. And now I'm playing on the 2nd string. Okay? Then you're doing the same thing on the 2nd string, and when you get to the 2nd string, you have to shrink that motion down. You have to make it very small and very accurate, so it's more difficult. I still recommend beginning on the 1st string, not the 2nd. I feel like if you start on the 2nd, you're going to be setting yourself up for a certain amount of failure. It's going to be a little too hard, a little too fast. So, again, it's P-A-M-I for the standard tremolo. Okay, P-A-M-I, standard tremolo. Begin by practicing 6th string, and first only P-A-M-I till you get it fast. Start very slow and then speed up over time. I recommend doing this like put on a movie and just do it. Just get your guitar out and do a lot of repetition even until your hands are tired. Then work on playing just the 1st string, thumb and all fingers on the 1st string. Then work on working through the strings. Then try to add the left hand in this coordination. Then you're going to be ready to take on a couple of tremolo pieces or tremolo falsettas if you're a flamenco player. Okay. At the end of this video, let me go ahead and talk briefly about how players usually do tremolo differently as flamenco players, and maybe I'll do a video that's exclusively on flamenco tremolo. But what they do is they do a 5-note tremolo instead of a 4-note tremolo, and they add an extra I finger in. So if you're a flamenco player, you're basically, I want you to start with the regular tremolo and then add in the 1st finger later, and it goes like this: P-I-A-M-I. So you have 5 notes, which the reason for that is if you're playing something like a soleá that's really slow, you have to fill up more space between the bass notes, and adding that extra note will really do the job, okay? So begin with the AMI if you're a flamenco player, and then add in the I. P-I-A-M-I, 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 and try to make it a nice, smooth quintuplet, okay? That's it for the introduction to tremolo technique. In future videos, we may go through some more specific, sort of more difficult things, but that will get you started. It's not that difficult a technique to do if you commit to practicing it for a week. You should have sort of the feeling of it getting down in your right hand, and eventually get to the speed where it feels really natural and your fingers are just kind of flipping and flying through the strings and being very accurate. But you have to start slow and put in a lot of practice. But it's a technique that, for me, came very, very quickly, and it'll probably come quickly for you if you just give it a good couple hours each day for maybe a week, and you'll have the technique probably 80 to 90% there, and then you can work on accuracy and all the other little things that go along with it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.